Hi there, this is your STI Now video, and I'm here with Terry too, who's your STI Master Trainer. He just got finished training a lot of the teachers, and he's going to show you some of the tricks and things that you will be learning more about in the training during Institute. Terry, here you go.
All right, thank you, David. First of all, we'll log in. You'll have all the information on login a little bit later. So when you log in, you'll see messages on your screen. Make sure you read those messages. The top messages will be from your local school. The bottom messages would be, if any, would be from the central office. You go to Classroom to log in to do attendance. You go to Classroom on the left-hand side of the menu, and then you click on the attendance icon or menu up under Classroom. Your schedule will appear below. Since I have access to a lot of information, so your schedule will look like this right here. So to take attendance, you'll pull up a class by either clicking on it or bulleting it and going over here and click on View. It does not matter. Either way, you get into it correctly. And once I click on it, everybody is marked present to begin with. To mark someone missing, you put a check box, and then I click on the missing button. That marks them missing. Then I will post. I will do all my marking and post one time. You will only be able to post one time. After posting and done, if a mistake was made, we will have to contact the office and let them know what kind of problem we're having. Either I forgot to mark somebody absent or I marked somebody absent I was not supposed to. Same criteria y'all did last year. This part will not change. It's just how to mark them and unmark them. If I made a mistake, I would check on that box again and make them present before I post. Once you post, all changes must be done in the office. Now then, that's all it is to attendance.
All right, thank you, Terry. Okay, I'm back again with Terry too, and we're going to this time take you through the grade book in general and show you a few things. We do want you to set a few things up. You will be able to look at your schedule, and I want to remind everybody that their schedules are not actually finished until probably the beginning of school. So you'll get to look at them. Here you go, Terry.
All right. Thanks, David. After you log in, you will be back at this screen where you see the announcements. You go to Classroom, and once you click on Classroom, the grade book is already highlighted for you. So if I'm going to put in grades, you go to your grade book. I'm going to pull up my Algebra 1 first period class. I already showed you how to open it, either by bulleting it and clicking the View, or just opening it by that ID number. Here's a classroom that has some grades in it. We have to set up Classroom first. Just like last year, you did class defaults last year. This year, we call it Options. So I go to Options on the left-hand side. I'm managing my classroom, so in order to manage it, I'm up under the manage part on the left-hand side. I go to Options. You want to make sure certain things are checked. Up under the grade book part on the left-hand side, you want to make sure round display average is checked. You want to make sure display current average is checked, display letter grade is checked, and display maximum score is checked. You can check any other items you want to. You can uncheck any items you want to, but those four should be checked at all times. We'll get to the averaging method during our training session, but you will have to select one of these averaging methods. Then you click OK. By me showing those averages, this is where my average letter grade would be showing by one of those check boxes. This is the rounded average showing because of one of those check boxes. And display maximum score is right here. That display maximum score shows you how much each activity is worth. So this activity is worth 100 points. That was worth 20 points, and this is worth 100 points. Out on the sheet on the screen, those squares means these people were absent when I gave this activity. It let me put a grade in because they were excused absences. The red indicates my activity, which is this person made 105, is more than the value of my activity. So I can tell by looking at it, either I've made a mistake or yes, this person got a bonus correct. If you look at my averages, I have a student here that does not have an average because his average, which is above or outside the grading scale, that means if I were to post today, he would not get a grade. You have to make sure before we post that every student has a letter grade attached to them. If this letter grade is not there, then and I'll show you how to do it, but you'll have to either reduce this average here by removing part of this 105, make it 100, or there's another way to do it by direct entry. To enter a grade, you just highlight where you want to enter and just type into it. If this should have been a 19, I put a 19 in and hit my enter key, it makes it a 19. The average did not change because in INow, anytime you enter a grade, change a grade, update a grade, you must calculate the grade book. At the very top it says grade book must be recalculated to apply changes. So make sure after I enter all my grades, I want to recalculate so I get the up-to-date average. Remember, parents will be seeing this. So make sure you update your averages after you get through putting them all in. I go to plan. This is where I set up the activities, and this is where I show you how to do that when we come back to our training. But here's where I enter scores on this screen. Here's where I print reports. On the bottom part, I can print a progress report, a report card, a worksheet, missing assignments. So several reports you can do from your screen here. Okay.
All right, thank you, Terry. That just gives you a taste. When you get to your training, there'll be 2 hours in your building during Institute, and he will go over in a lot more detail, and by the time you leave, your grade book will be all set up. Anyway, thank you, Terry.